Hello everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and as always, thank you so much for all the support in the past couple videos and the channel as a whole. It's been going better than I ever could have expected, and I've been having an absolute blast casting these pro level games. And as you saw in the last video, I also started an email, so in the description you can submit any of your games that you want to that are fun and interesting. They can be 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s. I want to start getting some more just normal kind of gameplay on here, so like gold, plat, silver, bronze, whatever, diamond, not just pro gameplay. I mean, I'm going to continue to always pump out a lot of pro casted games because they're some of the most fun to watch and to most fun to cast as well. But also I really want to get some fun back into it, so I'm also going to start the 2v2 series where we might try some funny builds in that like plat elo range. So anything to be fun. So if you do want to see more of those type of gameplays and stuff like that, please do send me an email with your profile and the game, and just make sure the profile is open. And if you do enjoy the content, or you do enjoy the video, please do drop a like and subscribe. So let's get right into this. I know that was a slightly longer intro than normal, but I appreciate it. We have 3DB as the Rus in the left-hand side of the map. 3DB is a professional player. He's unreal. He's known for a little bit more unorthodox style of play, which is why I'm very excited to see him starting to do solo queue again, which means I might be able to get a few more of his games. And over here on the right-hand side of the map in the blue, we have, I don't know what that is, that symbol means, but this player, I looked them up, and they've been kind of like in that top 50, top 60, top 70 range for a good while now, so probably a very good player, playing as a Chinese. Now, the Chinese have been getting a lot of love recently, especially in these smaller type of maps. They're gonna go Song Dynasty, they're gonna get Clock Tower, and it's just a lot of, like, they can just push and they can just become very, very powerful in terms of their economic boom. And honestly, a lot of the civs right now are just utilizing that like economic kind of like style, boom style. You have like the Abbasid becoming more and more popular with the buffs. You have the French becoming more popular because of their economic buffs. You have other nations, kind of like the Malians, who their economy they're just an overall unreal civilization. So it's trending right now that even like the English and stuff like that are going to TCs. It's just trending in the direction right now of slightly longer games, which is kind of nice. But there's also still plenty of opportunity for early aggression if you want to. Feudal age aggression is still very on the table and very, very popular. It's one of my favorite styles because I just like to get into the action as quickly as possible. Now, the win rate at the Conqueror and above for Rus versus Chinese is 46% win rate for the Rus, which means they are not favored in this matchup at all. But that being said, it's a low sample size. It could just be players, it could be maps. So I wouldn't read too much into it, but technically speaking, at this high level of gameplay, the Rus is slightly behind. As you can see, 3DB is just cruising around getting all of their bounties. We have the civilian count up here, so just mainly focusing on wood, and just as I said that, move a few more to the Kremlin and move it all to stone. So I am a liar. So they're all moving to stone over here, which is great to see. And then we have the Kremlin going down over here, so no Kremlin rushes, and the Kremlin gremlins is what they're called, what they produce. These little militia, they will have a long time to get over here. Will be interesting to see if B does any unique kind of strategies or just kind of more standard. Which, I mean, honestly, either way, it's really, really fun to see such a high-level player play someone like the Rus. I mean, I've been trying to find more and more like different games like Delhi, Rus, like a lot of the civilizations that aren't played nearly as much as those like the English and everything like that. But I will say the pro players tend to, one, they play every single civilization. But two, they have a few favorites, so if those players have those profiles open, I can find those players much more often, which might skew the sample size of how many people play each one. And then also, the pros also tend to play, especially before a tournament or ones that are coming up, the best civilization on that map, right? So like if a certain map gets played a ton, or X, Y, and Z, it's just going to be one of those things where like a lot of things will come into favor. I've been seeing a lot more French in China, which is really cool. It's good to see the French back in action. They were definitely known as like the worst civilization last patch, so it's nice to see them make a revival with that economic buffs. I don't know, as a non-French player, I love seeing the constant stream of knights flowing into my base all the time anymore, but c'est la vie. It is what it is. Still on the... We have the Imperial Academy over here, just collecting taxes for days on all of this wood. And yeah, we'll wait to see who makes the first kind of move. We do have the militia out and about. Where are they going? They are moving over here to make a town center right next to the trade and the gold. And the boar, I guess. I mean, it's all the above. Oh. Cancels it, moves it a little bit closer. So I'm assuming just to get these deer and maybe trying to hide it a little bit. I mean, the player will be able to scout. Not that you guys probably didn't know this. Oh, and we have the China player utilizing their scouts to come and collect all the deer from up front, which is actually kind of a pretty good strategy, actually. And that's why I think B decided to go back here, also using the militia to kill the boar, which is actually pretty creative, and make it so that they're going to have plenty of food over here, and safe and sound from all these thieves over here, which is, I've actually never seen that happen besides with the Malians, because of the Malian scouts. We have 6 scouts on the map for the China player, assuming trying to deny the bounties that B was collecting, but still 6 seems quite crazy. B's aware of what's happening and what's going down, but that's so weird. I mean, it's great for them though. Look at all this food they just collected. And I guess it is unique because I guess they know that every single deer is going to be killed in the map, so they can just go around with these 6 and collect them all and then bring them back. I mean, they're probably going to easily pay for themselves, and now the China players don't have to worry about food like ever. Interesting strategy. I really like that. Definitely unique. I've never really seen that before. And now we have stables, an archer range, and 2 stables. So I might see some horsemen and archers, or maybe some knights and some archers to back it up. We do have the Kremlin Gremlins rolling out, trying to pick off a scout or 2. We do have a horseman popping out though to protect these mass amounts of scouts from collecting all these deers. And I don't think B's going to get any of them. And does he get 1 scout? Nope, does not. Trying desperately to do something. The militia might trade it out. They do, which is nice. Interesting to see if they collect this one. They'll drop that. They'll drop it. So they get 1, which is nice. They might get 2 as well. So B doing a good job to counteract this strategy. Because these Russian scouts, they mean business. They were swatting those things away. But the deers are still pretty close, so I think the mission's complete. We have the Barbican going out a little bit forward to protect this stone area. And we'll kind of see how they go from here. But definitely a unique strategy going on. We have the more forward production buildings. See, whenever I do this, I get absolutely roasted by someone like the English player or someone like that with like rams, and then all my production's gone. But I think that this is one, it makes it into a perfect cross, and 2, I don't think he's really worried about early aggression from the China player. China's not really known for feudal age aggression, so, and with that much investment into scouts as well, I think B knows that he's pretty safe and sound and not kind of doing much in terms of protection. Oh, that scout is able to get away. We see 2 knights already on the map. Ooh, quick sip of coffee right there to get me through the rest of this. And yeah, we have more and more knights, going to probably be harassing a lot more. That horseman does not want that smoke. Get out of there. Just run. That's a good call. We have the China player going for a more defensive style. There's the clockwork tower, like I mentioned. Just kind of a quick rush into it. And yeah, they rush into it and they start producing just siege for days. And they're usually pretty safe. I will say, I think there's going to be some good value over here. They start to harass over here, these knights. But these horsemen are doing a really good job of running them around, ring around the rosy style. This scout does get away with its life. And these civilians are not going to be as lucky. Does get one, which is nice, but does lose a knight, which is super important. And another knight's coming down. Ooh, does lose one more villager. Already lost 4 villagers at this point, but another knight, so 4 for 2. I mean, it's not a perfect trade, but a lot of idle time. As you can see, 3DB is up by 11 villagers because his opponent does not know about this sneaky town center over here. Wait, did this scout see this? I mean, they didn't know about it until like way later on, so I'm not sure if this is exactly scouted, but still, I really, really do love this. You have to be very, very careful though with these types of things. Yes, while it's creative and unique, at this higher level, the mind games of knowing how many town centers you're on, those type of things are super, super important. Remember, in the lower ranks, they might not scout it, but they might just all in you anyways, and if you invest that much money into a town center over here, it might be very hard for you to defend up front. That being said, B has a sizable force and knew exactly that the Chinese player was not going to be able to do anything about it, and he took full advantage. Now the China player is on age 3, so we are seeing the souped up lancers popping out, and that will be able to at least protect them for the time being. And we'll see if when B decides to go up to age 3, if he does at all. That scout just met an absolute lance to the face and is goodbye. I love the Russian wall arc, like the style. It's just so nice. I know they're fortified walls, which is even cooler. Oh, we have a little lancer battle going on. Lancer's going to win this all day long. These archers are essentially doing nothing to them. They might as well just not even be shooting them, honestly. And they're just going to be chasing them down. We have a lot more knights coming in. We have 9 knights in the field for B. So might get a good trade here. As you can see, 1 going down already. And oh, is able to escape with this one, but that one's essentially useless. Like, there's literally no point in it existing. This scout going to get, there it goes down. So B's doing a really nice job trading right now, but these lancers are really, really beefy. You're going to want to pull that one back really soon. If he doesn't, going to lose that knight for free, which he's going to, which is unfortunate. There's a little bit of miss micro there. Don't want to be trading away those knights for free, especially with the upfront cost of them. We have, what's going on back in B's base? We have a flourishing economy over here, which is super nice for them. We have 5 more knights in production, so we're going to be a ball of 16. So this is one of those things, right? Like, B decided to do early aggression in an early town center. In response, the China player went up to Castle Age, but is now behind a little bit in, we can switch to now, in economy. They're catching up pretty quickly though, because the Song Dynasty is, it's cooking right now. But at the same time, B is able to have a much stronger military force in the field, so able to have complete map control, and as you can see, the walls are going down. There's going to be really no like run-bys by these knights, so the value is going to be a lot lower. And then in terms of that, now B gets to decide where he wants to go, what he wants to focus on, and with this many knights, the Chinese player's definitely not going to be able to go or focus too much on Nest of Bees, because it's not going to do anything into this composition. We'll see if they do start to pop out, which I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 1 or 2, but it's just not nearly the same value, especially with this many cavalry on the map. We have cavalry just running around everywhere, left and right. If they're not in a massive ball, though, the Chinese players' lancers do win heavily. They're Castle Age versus Feudal Age knights. But that was a big charge, which is really, really nice by B, utilizing that feature on the knights, trying to get us around on 1 or 2. Is able to capture 2 in the tree line, which is really, really nice to pick off those. And but that being said, going to get re-engaged on here on the other side. But B has so many knights. And the second they decide to go up to Castle Age, I think this one's going to be, I'm really liking B's positioning right now. I love that sneaky town center. Really set him up to be able to compete with this quick Castle Age that the Chinese player with the Song Dynasty is able to do. And just how crazy the economy is on this. Able to idle a ton. Is going to get an Imperial Official as well. Cleaning up all the Lancers. B's finding a great fight right here. And all these survive. If only this was the French where they could actually heal up, but able to keep everything going. We have a Barbican over here trying to protect. We have the relics coming back over here. So the Chinese player really trying to ramp up, but they have absolutely no army, and B is about to have 23 knights in the field. So while cheeky move early on, collecting all the food, B is in firm control right now, has most of the map on lock, and has a massive army advantage. If B is able to go up to Castle Age or start to get a few upgrades on these knights, it's going to get really, really tough for the Chinese player to get back into it. I love the reaction of the hardened spears. Hopefully they go up to Castle Age soon. Oh no. Oh, you want to move those back. There we go. I was like, that is asking for it. There's Town Center going up for the Chinese player. We have now 2 town centers, but it is late. As you can see, B with all the harassment as well is up by 27 at this point. Or, well, not 26. He didn't kill that last one, which is unfortunate for my math. But up 25 kills right now is really, really good. There's the high trade house. So at this point, B can also just start to trade, which is going to put him even in a better spot. There's the high trade house over here. I believe it acts up as a souped-up hunting cabin, right? Yes, it does. So B's going to be in a very, very strong position, going to have essentially unlimited food, and if they do start to trade, unlimited resources. And all of these resources are just so safe. Like the Chinese player cannot expand out to like places like here or here, but B is able to take full advantage of these larger resources on the fringe because he feels incredibly safe because he's completely walled off, and he's the one that has complete map control. So as I've always mentioned, guys, make sure you gain map control, even in the lower levels. After watching a bunch of pro replays and casting them, I found it to be incredibly, incredibly important, and it's helped me win so many more games. I haven't had as much time to play as I would like, so hopefully I get to do that more in the future. I wanted to grind up to Platinum before I got to 250. I'm at Gold 3 in both of my things, but I just haven't been able to physically play enough. I've been on a winning streak. So hopefully, but even in those, that has been one of the biggest takeaways that I've had from these games. Of course, you can always do better at builds. You can always do better at micro, macro, all those things. End of the day, small things like taking map control, making sure you scout, those things just really come into play. And here comes the upgraded knights. Here comes the upgraded archers. And all the economic upgrades, because B just knows that he just needs to keep up with this Song Dynasty, which just goes crazy for economy. There's the upgrade to the hardened spearmen, though. They're going to be veterans, but that is not enough. I don't care if you're veterans or not. You're going to trade decently well, better than you would ever imagine, but not nearly enough. And there goes the knights, but there goes the archers, which are also Castle Age now as well. They haven't had the upgrade yet, but we do have lancers coming in the back side, cleaning out the archers, which is really, really nice. But there's just too many knights at this point. There's 18 on the map, and now that they're Castle Age as well, it's just not going to go nearly as well for the Chinese player in these trades. And they haven't been able to build up like a knight ball, kind of like B has. So it's really, really impactful too with all these charges, because the lancers get put down so quickly, just in comparison, because they just have so many. Like charge, boom, boom, boom. And they're down to half health already. And normally they would win, before they would win a lot of the battles, but now that their Castle Age is not in the cards at all. We have an outpost up here trying to protect as much as they can. But as you can see, the Chinese players running out of items to do. All this food is now gone. All stones now gone. We have 42 idle villagers. Are they quitting, or are they just moving on? I think they're just desperate trying to find something to do. The farm tradition is really tough at the current moment, because if you're behind military-wise, you don't really have the money or the resources to spend on a farm transition. China does have unreal farms, but if you're not in the financial position to make them happen, it's really, really tough, because also your food's going to drop really, really low in the meantime as it kicks off. And as you can see, it's popping up, but it's just going to be, I think it's going to be a little bit too late. B's just patiently waiting. He's got just this brigade over here just waiting to bust through the front door, while also keeping impeccable macro and gameplay going on, almost at 100 villagers at the 20-minute mark, which is incredibly good. I don't think he's lost one to any sort of thing. We have a forward keep going on. The China player knows that if he can extend this game into that 30-minute time window, he will have a chance. The Song Dynasty economy is really, really nice, but he needs to transition into farms. He needs to transition into a lot of these other things. He's getting the extra materials, so just like they're trying to upgrade, but I think if B puts on the pressure right now, we're going to be sitting in a really good spot. We do have Boyar's Fortitude, which increases the health of the Roost Knights, which is going to be really, really nice. We also have the Military Academy. Here it goes. They're going after the Barbican, as that B sees the army over here with this scout. And this, I think that was a religious one, but the Barbican's going to be going after. There they go. They're going to be throwing their Molotov cocktails at it. And they're going to be able to take this down before the army is able to fall back. And without this Barbican, this monastery is also going to be going down and going to be losing complete map control over here, which will allow B access into this gold mine back here. So this Barbican is super, super important defensive structure, and it's just not going to be enough. There's no one here. The army is nowhere to be found. Where's the 13 spearmen? There they are. What are you doing? Your job is to defend this mess, and you're way over here. Run! They have not been enough marathon training over there in the Chinese camps, because they have, I mean, get your Nikes going. Like, let's go. There we go. I mean, you're a little bit late, and you're only 13 of you to over 30 knights. So I don't think it's going to go well for you, especially with these Castle Age archers behind it. But you know what? Give it the old college try. Well, when you lose 2 of you without even doing anything, it's going to be a rough one. I think B's going to close this one out. Going to start to get into the wood line as well. Yes, this keep will keep them alive a little bit, but the amount of idle workers and these, just pretty much the Chinese players just being starved over here. We do have a keep going up, and we finally have some more resources being found. But at this point, when you have 35 knights sitting in your front door, it's always going to be a little bit too late. And there goes the knights. They're chasing down these civilians. The lancers are going to get in on the back line. And I don't think B really cares at this point. Just going to go for all of the civilians. That's the end of the day. If he can take out their economy, all these trades will be worth it, because his economy on the back end is bumping. Almost at 200 pop cap. So B's willing to trade all this all day long, because this is the only thing the Chinese player has. So B making these trades is just so ideal. And besides, he turns around for these. I will say this keep between and this tower as well was roasting this army, but at the same time, oh, there's the nest of bees, and that is why I said it wouldn't be that effective into this, because the knights just, let's go, oh, one shot, gone. Now we have more knights and archers into the farming of back here from the Chinese player. B is sitting at almost a pop cap, almost 120 villagers. We have the Chinese player desperately trying to find a way back into this game, but with the Barbican down, the relics gone, we have warrior monks cruising through. We have the sacred sites being captured or decaptured. We have the archers just shooting these for nothing, and also causing a ton of idle time. This entire farm transition is rendered useless, so the Chinese player can only utilize these farms over here that's safe and sound from the archers. Oh, no, you're going too far. And there they go. Oh, with a whole basket of leaves, or whatever that is, grains. A whole basket of grains goes down as well. Yeah, and these knights, honestly, they don't really care. They finally have the +1, so means they can really dive the town centers. And on the back end, B is just living a life of luxury over here. Just like, look at this. Farms going up because he can. He's got hunting cabins. He's got everything. Just like a well-oiled machine. He's got 3 relics. He's just chilling right now. And it's just so cool to watch, like, when a pro player just really just takes control like this and just shows you the power of the roots. Even with it just shows you the ability that if you have a very strong player with a really strong game plan and one that kind of catches them off guard, like this cheeky cannon center back here, you can really do well with almost every civilization. And there it is. GG's is called. I was wondering, maybe they're doing a little bit of chatting afterwards. It's been unreal. This has been an unreal game. So happy to see 3DB starting to play again on the ranked ladder, where at least I can find the games and I can show you guys, because he's so innovative, so creative. So definitely be streaming, casting more of his games. If you guys did enjoy, please do subscribe and leave a like. And on top of that, if you want your game to be cast in the future, whether that be from any elo, from any game mode. But it should be ranked. I will say, I think most people want to see something of ranked, but anything 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, send me an email to that email in the description. Give me the description, the things I need, which is like the profile open, the date, the map, just so I can find the game. If you want, leave a little description. But that way, the first one that gets sent, regardless of what it is, I will be casting that game. And if I hit by 250 by Monday, 250 subscribers by Monday, as I promised, I will be also dropping that 2v2 series. So it's been incredible. I've been having an unreal time. Thank you guys for all the support as always. And yeah, let me know if there's anything else I can do to improve these type of commentaries, these gameplays. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day.